Rose Johnson, Coach Savvy, the blonde who loves brains, and today I wanted to talk to you about the power of language and how powerful language can be, especially when it comes to what we believe about ourselves and about other people. A little background for you. In sociology, there's a theory called the labeling theory, which I think is one of the most important theories ever. And basically the labeling theory says that if you put a label on something, that's what it becomes. And fast forward to 2020, that's basically manifesting. That's the definition of manifesting, is when you put enough thoughts onto something, it's gonna become that. And when it comes to language, the labeling theory and our belief systems, they really intertwine. And so when it comes to what we believe about ourselves growing up, boils down much to the beliefs that are around the labeling theory in sociology. So a little example of this is how if a kid is in school and maybe at home he's not getting a lot of attention, the only way he can do that at home is by acting up or by breaking things or being loud, or just because even if it's his mom or dad shouting, it's still him feeling seen and feeling noticed. And so when this kid goes to school, sometimes he behaves the same way at school because that's the only way he really knows how, and that's the only way he knows how to get attention. He might come across at other kids as like the mean kid or the bad kid because he's getting in trouble in class, and that is the labeling theory in the works right then and there. So the kid then will start to build all these belief systems, and other kids will build belief systems around his behavior and label him as the bad kid. And therefore, what does he manifest but a bad kid's life or future? And so he continues to act out this kind of way because just of the sake of these labels, paving the way for his belief systems about what he's capable of, about what his life means. And all he knows how to be is the bad kid, so that's what he's going to continue to do. So when it comes to our belief systems and the labeling theory and how those intertwine, it's really important to show compassion where we can and not to be quick to add a label to anyone. I really think that labels can serve a purpose when necessary, whether it's like a gender identity or if it's a kind of title or if it's like a relationship status. Sometimes labels are good. You need those for the boundaries. But sometimes those boundaries can be really restrictive for people. And even if it's just so much as a label as a student or a daughter, those kind of things, you kind of carry those with you forever. Like, labels don't always have to be bad. For example, myself, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a student, I'm a boss, I'm a life coach, whatever you want to look at it. I'm a mom to a kitty cat. So it's like all those different kind of labels, but those are the roles that we take in our life nonetheless. So sometimes it's kind of hard to shed those labels, and sometimes it's hard to not let them completely define us. You know, I'm way more than just entrepreneur. You know, I'm also a life coach and I'm also XYZ, and that's kind of the case for everyone else. So just be really careful and mindful of your words and the impact that they can have on others, and just know you don't have the whole story and not everything has to be so black and white kind of thinking as needing a label, needing to declare it as so. It can just be a circumstance. It can just be a behavior. You can say that person acts badly, that person acts however they do, but you don't have to label them as the bad kid. Because I think that can be really damaging for a lot of people, and sometimes they just don't know better to not let all that stuff sink in and define them. So it can start with you by showing that compassion for the situation and trying to maybe see people beyond just your own lens. So I think that that can be really powerful, and I think our world needs that a little more, since I think, especially in the media, we are very quick to dismiss people, to cancel people on the internet, and I don't really fly with that. I think that everyone's human and they're allowed some graciousness every now and again. So just be a little careful with that, be mindful of that, and see how your own labels play out in your life. It's really curious to discover these things, and then it might change your perspective just a little bit. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Life Coach Savannah Rose Johnson, Coach Savvy. That's my label right there, Coach Savvy. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I will catch you next time.